Okay, I have worked in an office for a good chunk of my professional career, and with that being said, I know exactly how you feel if you've been working all day long and you start to get really tight in the shoulders, and you're starting to sit a little bit more like this, not so upright, which of course, if we're not having correct posture or great posture, that really affects our confidence and affects how we are viewed and seen in the world in terms of being confident people. And actually, it really starts to do a lot of physical damage as well. So I'm going to give you a quick little reset to unslouch the office slump, so to speak. So if you are in your office right now or at a desk, this is going to be perfect because you can be wearing whatever the heck you want to be wearing. I am in yoga clothes, but that's just because I live in them. And you could most certainly be in office clothes and no big deal. So the first thing that you're going to do is come to the edge of whatever seat. Now my seat is disproportionately tall, which I understand. If your feet are out a little bit further, no big deal, but plant your feet, come to the edge, and from here you're just going to hold the edge of your seat and then just broaden across your chest. So often what happens is that when we're like this and we're typing away and on our phones, we get really, really kind of rounded. Actually, let me put my tank top on so you guys can see sort of what I'm talking about a little bit easier. When you're like this, there's a lot of rounding going on. And that rounding right here is going to really kind of close off your heart space. It's going to be not very energetic, but it's also going to make this area of your body really tight. So again, broaden across there, and then you're going to exhale and round. So you're just kind of taking a little bit of a seated cat and cow. In a yoga class, a lot of times we do this on the floor, on all fours, but depending on what your office culture is like, that might not be so great. So you're just going to do a little cat and cow. And now from here, you're going to interlace your hands behind your back. And if this does, if you don't have space, you can always come to standing for this one. So interlace your hands behind your back, draw your elbows together, and that's going to draw your shoulders on your back body. Now, keeping your shoulders together on your back, straighten arms too, but not beyond capacity. Basically, what I'm saying is you don't want to just interlace your hands behind your back, still have that shoulder rolling in, and then straighten your arms. That's not going to actually be as effective as a shoulder opener. So interlace your hands, making a U shape with your hands, bring shoulders together on back, and then keeping shoulders together on back, straighten arms too, but not beyond capacity. Looking forward. That should feel real good. Oh my gosh, yes. I know it does my body anyway. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Very nice. And then release. You can even do a few shoulder rolls. And then from there, you're going to hang on to the outside of your chair. Now again, depending on what you're wearing, you're going to bend one knee in towards your hip like this. And then from there, you're going to draw your knees together and then press your knee down. That's going to help to lengthen out your quad, which from sitting all day long, that gets really, really short. So you want to just try to lengthen that out a little bit. So pressing your knee down, push your foot into your hand. So you can be doing this with any kind of shoes on too, and it's totally fine. I do yoga all the time in office settings. No big deal. Now, this is one that, depending on what you're wearing, may or may not be as great. But you're going to basically plant your ankle on your thigh and then sit down just a little bit, making a figure four, pressing the outer thigh down. So I like to, like I said, hold on to like an office chair. You can hold on to a desk. That just gives you a little more stability, depending on, again, what shoes you're wearing and how often this is a part of your life. Switch sides. So again, we started with the quad stretch. If you want to intensify the balance a little bit, that helps to engage your core muscle stability. You can always not hold on to anything. Again, lift through your chest, press down to the inner edge of your foot, press your foot into your hand, and then extend your knee down towards the floor. Now curl your knees, your toes towards your knee, as you sit. That's going to help protect your knee. A lot of times what happens is our foot gets floppy and it makes our knee in a very vulnerable position. So always by flexing your foot and flaring your toes, that's going to protect that knee joint in virtually any yoga pose you do. Always active feet. Just sitting, and think of sitting those hips straight back versus down. And that's going to be a little bit more intense. It's also going to activate the glute of your standing leg, which is really important because if you do sit in office for a long period of time, that glute actually gets a little bit underutilized and can cause issues in your performance and even have sciatic issues with tingling going all the way down your leg, which is not what we want. So then again from here, you're going to face this way. So you're going to hug your knee in towards your chest, and if you have some shoes on that allow it, make some ankle circles. If not, that's okay too. Now cross your ankle over your left thigh, and then pull your knee towards your chest and twist towards your right leg. Getting a nice little twist. And switch sides. Hug it in. And you can kind of just twist from here if you want a little more. Hug it in closer and twist. Very good. And then targeting a couple more little hot spots, the side bodies, because when we sit, this side body doesn't get any space, and that actually decreases our breathing. And if we have short, shallow breathing, that increases anxiety, increases a lot of sort of that worked out stress feeling. So big deep breaths can actually create a much sort of calmer environment in the workplace. Take a deep breath in with your hands on your rib cage, and deep breath out. If you've had a challenging day, it's particularly great to do at any period of time. Breathing as big and full as you can, but without forcing it, without over-efforting. And by having your hands on your rib cage, you can kind of guide your rib cage to go out a little bit more to increase that lung capacity, taking those deeper, fuller breaths to create a little bit more balance and stability. Good. Now take your right hand on your right hip, extend your left arm out in front of you, click your shoulder back, and lift your arm overhead. And if that's not going to work today, that's totally okay. Just keep your right hand on your hip. Press your right hand down and in. So press hand down and in, create length. And then you're just going to reach, press your hips to the left, body to the right. And with the arms overhead, getting a nice long side body stretch. And then coming up with strong core, arm out, click shoulder back, arm overhead, if that's where you're going. Your left hand, press it into your hip and down towards your feet at the same time. Even take your gaze up slightly. This pose is known to shorten and shallow the breathing. Oppose that with deeper, stronger breaths. Inhale, come back to center. Very nice. And then from here, interlace your hands behind your head, not your neck. So your thumbs are right at your occipital rib. Draw your chin in toward your chest. And then just gently turn your head from side to side. Getting a nice little traction for your neck. Good. Release. Hands on your shoulder and your chest. Inhale and up. And again, gently just turning your head side to side. Stretching out your neck. One more neck. Right ear, right shoulder. Close your eyes. Take a really deep breath into that extended side. Even play with drawing the chin down towards your chest. Taking half circles here. So as you probably know, as we work and as stress increases in our life, the neck and shoulders can really take the brunt of that. Come back to center and switch sides. Hold here first for a few breaths before moving on. And so by allowing yourself to stretch out your neck, you're not only decreasing the amount of stress in your life, but you're actually decreasing the amount of tension and potentially tension headaches and getting a lot more mobility and freedom in a space that is generally overly tight. these sort of problem areas. So if you have more time in your day, I would highly encourage you to do this again and then maybe hold for longer. But even by doing this short little 10-minute video, you've hit the quads, hips, twisted out the spine, you've lengthened the spine, shoulders, the neck. It's a really good sort of midday reset. So instead of maybe going for the potato chips or the Starburst or Skittles, do some yoga and you'll see that fresh energy and big breaths can really do for your mentality. They'll give you different kind of energy. It's good stuff. See you guys real soon. Bye.